Hey guys, I'm here. Welcome back for episode 3 of season 1 of Devil May Cry. The last episode, Dante got himself captured. He got a little cocky, underestimated Darkcom, their technology, and their means, and got himself caught. But that's where we left off. Let's see what happens next. If you want to see the full-length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. It is a watch-along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up the time codes for actually the entire episode. Over there, get the same thing for all the other shows and movies we cover on the channel. You also get to suggest and vote what movies we react to each month. It's just a great way to support the channel, help us do the things we do over here. But at the end of the day, I really appreciate it. Enjoy this reaction. To at least leave a like. Drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because it really helps these videos out. That also out of the way. Let's go ahead and hop into episode 3, The Deep and Savage Way. Here we go. Demon Hunters Club.
All demon hunters have to take an oath. I swear to protect the world from monsters, no matter how big or gross or scary they are.
Blap, blap.
I think there's a demon outside.
I don't see this kid and immediately think of Percy. Obviously, pre all of the nightmares.
Mary, did you like them?
Silence of the Horse. That's nice. I didn't get to see the rest of the marquee, but that was a good little spin there. I'm about to have a... I'm getting like strong, even though I know... Well, I mean, who knows? I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do, but I'm getting like strong,
That man is staring at us.
Batman vibes right now. Leaving the theater. Not an alleyway, but a subway. Got our own Joe Chill over here. Oh, jeez.
Mary!
I swear to protect the
Hey,
world.
you gotta give her credit, man, for standing her ground like that. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, that would certainly leave a mark. Mother jumped into action, but he did not.
Don't you understand that what we saw was all my research? All my theories about the other realm were right.
Your daughter never sees you anymore. I never see you.
It's you that I'm doing this for. I need to find a way to give myself power so that I can protect this family.
Like you protected us in the subway.
No.
John, I didn't mean that.
It doesn't matter what you think of me. All that matters is the strength to defeat the darkness that threatens us. Without that, we have nothing.
Nice little glimpse into what was. Setting the stage, showing how media just kind of colors things in that certain way with the monsters and all that kind of stuff. But then, you know, Dante and others are kind of this like counterpoint to that idea. Because like Rabbit said in the first episode, like we create this enemy to justify our own demons. And I love that I don't know, exploration of it, because that, I mean, at least in the games, that's part of her journey as well, is learning that very same lesson. And with us getting to see a lot more of her perspective leading into that, we get to kind of see a lot of those foundational elements she has to eventually unlearn, like, and getting to see how she feels about all this lore, about all of this, and how this would have led her towards this demon hunter organization, which I saw a really strong counterpoint to that. The intro is still playing at the moment, so I'm just kind of chatting. So when I was talking about it, I was like, I kind of miss her being a rogue freelance demon hunter, but her being like trained and bred for this, it gives like an avenue for her to accomplish her goals and all of that in a way that kind of builds it out a little bit more. And I turned me around on it a little bit.
Pretty sure this violates the Geneva Convention or something.
The Geneva Convention only applies to humans.
He's half human.
This has got to be the second worst job you ever gave me.
Oh, you mean after the Raccoon City
What?
job?
What were you doing there, buddy? Dude, we really do have a shared universe here, man. The president was talking about a biological weapons incident that the previous president had to deal with. We have a Capcom shared universe. I mean, Street Fighter was in the last episode. I mean, well, at least that was as a video game, but still.
That thing is needed to destroy the wall between us and the demon realm. How about we smash it right now?
I mean,
No, absolutely no smashing it.
why not? He makes a very good point.
Maintaining the quantum wall.
Oh, never mind.
If we destroy the transmitter, we don't know what would happen to the stability of either universe.
Okay, fair point.
Okay, just asking.
Valid questions.
I've been in tough spots like this before. The trick is not to buckle under the pressure.
Just give it up, Dante.
He's trying to give you a hint.
Sure, they have their boots on our necks, but we need to buckle down and think positive.
Put it together, man.
Oh.
Thank you.
How are the prisoners?
A little too fucking comfortable.
Oh. Whoa! Oof. Well, I mean, I guess if this is a containment unit for demons, having like an incinerator built into it would make sense.
If the Hellblood somehow gets past those, there's always the nano explosive I injected him with.
All right, there it is. It is an explosive.
Even that thing should have trouble healing from a bomb going off in its fucking neck.
I'm just trying to make it home. You know?
I don't know. Something's a little sus about him, man. Like his wanting to be on the team and then like the little lines like that. It's almost like he's undercover or, oh, what if he was spared? Yeah, what is he doing right there?
Oh yeah, I'm good, Lieutenant. Solid. A1.
He's probably here as part of some kind of agreement for his survival, working for the White Rabbit as like a double agent.
Patch me through to the prisoner.
Sir?
I want to speak with him. He interests me. Dante, this is Vice President William Baines.
The Vice President? You mean like from TV?
Lieutenant Arkham tells me you're part demon.
She's wrong. Yeah, I've got abilities. Maybe not exactly human ones, but they're, I don't know, some sort of superhero mutations.
Look, there's no part of me that's demon.
Your mother and your brother, they were both killed by demons, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. We all have dead families and traumatic childhoods.
What about your father, Dante?
Couldn't tell you. I never met him.
Well, then how do you know?
There is demon blood in you, that much is certain.
You were born with a black stain on your soul.
Rude.
But none of us
Are beyond God's light. He may still see fit to cleanse that stain, should you prove yourself
worthy of it.
What exactly do you mean by that? Are you saying you could, like, make him full human?
Winning this war will take more than anything human can provide. You've seen Dante's raw power. Imagine what that type of acid could do.
He's a little too thrilled about that prospect.
The Lord would not have sent us such a powerful instrument to enact his will if he did not intend
for us to use it.
Road's closed.
Looks like we're taking a detour.
I'll go check it out.
He took the remote. Yeah, something's off here, man.
But the other amulet piece must be getting closer.
Yep, shit. Yep, it's the rabbit.
I figured you out, Hellblood.
Do you really think this whole jabbering moron act was gonna work?
What act are you talking about?
The one where you don't know you're a demon?
You just happen to be walking around with half the key to fucking hell on your neck?
The key to hell? Whoa. It's just some old family heirloom my mom gave me.
Oh, shit. All right, game on. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Good God.
We've got nothing. Did anyone else make it?
We're clear, but there's no way to get to you.
Oh, this gives me RE2 vibes with the truck exploding and then being fractured off from one another.
Are we getting rescued?
I would not count on it.
Want to rescue either one of us?
We ain't getting rescued.
Give it to me. I can protect it.
Oh yeah, bullshit. Bullshit.
Does anyone have eyes on it? I have this area secure.
Do you now?
Oh, what the? Who's the fuck was that? Whoa!
Somehow,
Loki Gator?
I truly
Oh!
doubt.
Oh! Yo! Yo! Let's go! The whole gang's here. Goddamn! Holy fuck! Let's go.
God bless America!
Well, you didn't have a name, so that was to be expected. Oh. Oh, no reaction.
Oh, shit.
Our bullets don't
Wait, what?
His DNA is different.
Oh,
A new
it's
evolution.
what? Okay, I wouldn't maybe. Oh, whoa! Oh, you are done, dude. I mean, it could be because he's like they've theorized before that he's a inanimate object possessed because he's not real to begin with, or I don't know.
What happened?
Well, shit.
Come back. Get you to a secure location right now, sir.
What the hell? Yo, this is sick. Yep, the fire and ice blades, or sorry, wind.
Hello, Anders. I see my improvements to your face are settling in nicely.
No, no! What are you doing? I had to. He got to my daughters. And now he's going to destroy the
There it
whole
is.
world! You've condemned us all! What good is saving the world if I can't save my own family?
I mean, you're dooming your family either way.
What was that?
Well, he merged both halves. And he's got the Force Edge.
You have the amulet and the sword. Why not open the rift here and now? You're still missing a piece. It needs some kind of decryption key.
There it is. That sharp mind I've heard about.
And I wonder what that could be.
When the wall comes down, then you'll see what true freedom looks like.
Wow. Oof. God.
Let's make this convincing.
Not again!
Oh my goodness. Possession weakening.
No one said the apocalypse.
Oh,
would come
whoa.
easier.
What the fuck?
Hop your way out of this!
Ah! Okay. Oh, you poor fuck. Hey, you gotta commend the effort, but geez. Who's doing the puppeteering? Or is that Arkham? Oh. Hell yeah. That's my Dante.
Ta-ta! Have to run.
What are you late for a very important date?
Bloody hell. Just when I was about to kill her. Just when you were about to kill her. Just when I was about to kill her.
I'll get it back, Mom. I promise.
Oh shit, let's go!
have your orders.
The 3D stuff is a little wonky, I'll say.
Now I'm pissed.
Let's fucking go, man. Ah, lame. Woohoo! Yo, let's go! Oh no, what do we do now? I loved that weapon in the game. It was a lot of fun. Get fucked.
That is cool.
They can't even deny it, even if they're getting their asses beat. Oh my god.
You can do it. I believe in you.
He's luring you out, man. He's baiting you.
Well, I've got you here. What's it like being a demon? You have to be evil? Like if someone was only part demon. If maybe their dad was possibly one, but their mom was a human? You think they'd get a choice then, right?
Demon therapy.
You're a great listener.
Let it out. Let it out.
Oh, that's what he's doing. He's trying to push him to his limit, trying to trigger him.
We decide to end the world.
I'm working on that.
We'll put a tracking device on the island.
Just in case.
How far away are they?
Oh no,
Almost
wait.
a mile. That means.
The bomb in Dante's neck. Oh, saved by the tires. Oh, maybe? Oh! Oh! Well, I'm guessing we find out that that can't take him down, but he needed him to transform for whatever reason.
It seems I still need to push you harder.
Oh, good God. Oh, holy shit.
It's your lucky day. I can only take on a new body. I'm copying a form made of living tissue, which means I need to keep you alive.
So then the baby was alive before. That's good to know. But where? Just in hell? Still?
One of you.
Wow. Oof. Now we have Anders on the inside and this dude. Lovely, lovely, lovely. They are really kind of pulling from, again, like I mentioned before, there's a lot of things where they're kind of pulling from all kinds of different Devil May Cry media. I mean, that little ragtag group of demons we had there towards the end, each one of those members were from a different game. You had Echidna, which was like the Vine lady, who is from 4, if I remember right. There's Cavalier Angelo, which was the one Dante was fighting with, the one that's like a giant demon knight, the winged one that he was kind of having that little therapy session with. Then there's Agni and Rudra, which is from 3. Then there's the Shapeshifter, which, as far as I can recall, and maybe I'm just drawing a blank, nothing is immediately jumping out to me. Okay, so I just had to look it up. He's not a boss figure whatsoever. It's kind of like a lower rung demon enemy. Completely forgot about in the first game. I mean, I guess like the lower quality polygons of it all in the time, like I don't think I ever noticed they just had that singular eye either. Anyway, well, that was it. And then there's this revelation that the White Rabbit here is immune to their bullets, or demon killing bullets. It hit him and he just regenerated. Didn't pop, didn't blow up, didn't nothing. He just kept on keeping on. They said, oh, a new evolution, blah, blah, blah. But I would be wondering, because they theorized at least before, because at least in the manga, this is the case. It is a White Rabbit doll that had been possessed by a demon, which then took this form. So I would presume, and even based on that theory, that it wouldn't even be human or demon. It would just be rabbit. Like, or whatever. It would be just that doll. It would just be that same material, just given life, given autonomy. And it had something plugged into its chest that seemed to be regulating or pumping it full of something. So it makes be some amalgamation of certain things. I mean, we opened with the backstory of John Arkham, who, had their first little encounter. They almost ended up as the Wayne family there, where they were just kind of leaving the movie theater and almost got jumped by a rogue demon. But he froze, he cowered. His wife, however, jumped to protect their child, but he just was locked, frozen in fear. And I love that we get to see a little bit of what Mary's life was like before all of this. We go and view these monster movies where we see them as this entity to take out, this fearful manifestation of evil. And she's kind of been raised and kind of desensitized by that. There's a little bit of a commentary on that where her mother was kind of like, why do you let her watch these kind of things? Like, I just want to give her what she wants. He just kind of caves into her desires to feed into it. So over that, she's kind of become a little desensitized to that and fallen prey to that image. Given what we know and a little bit more of an allusion to what eventually happens or what we can assume happens in this timeline, her family is no longer here. Especially in that line where Dante's talking about, when the vice president is questioning Dante about his brother and mother being killed by demons, and she's like, blah, blah, we all have tragic backstories. We all got dead families. If that's any indication, especially after all of that he's so ashamed of him cowering in powerlessness in that moment, his inability to act, that he would kind of go down this rabbit hole to try to find or gain power. Now, the White Rabbit, from what I remember, is just a nondescript demon who is part of this orchestration that's going on, just a kind of cog in the wheel. No major player, if I remember right. I don't know. It's been a long time since I read the manga, but it was kind of just a stepping stone to what the greater machination was that's going on. So I don't know what they're going to do in this. Since we got that glimpse, that backstory here, I'm wondering if they're going to be merging a couple of different things, and the White Rabbit might, who knows, end up being her father juiced up with something else. He's got both pieces of the necklace now. He's got the Force Edge, the Sword of Sparta, and there's at least one other component that I know he's missing, assuming they keep that intact. And I wonder why exactly he's pushing Dante to try to activate his demon blood. He was definitely on the verge of transforming there, but he just got right out of radius of the the distance he was allotted with that bomb in his neck. And we saw that's not enough to take him out, but it did some gnarly damage to him. I thought there was something weird with Anders with the way he was introduced in the last episode when he was brought into the team after what happened there. I thought that was really weird. And then plus the fact that he requested to be on the team, but he doesn't really want to be out there compared to like the others there. And he's, it's because he doesn't want to be there. He was coerced into doing this. The doctor's done now. If he didn't die to the blade, he died to that grenade and being trapped in there with that. But you got to give him some credit for even trying, but it just was in vain. Oh my goodness, that was rough. I'm wondering if the vice president is connected to some other organization outside of this that's kind of pulling the strings, which could be something they're seeding up for down the road as well. Would be interesting to see if that leaches into this and extends and spiderwebs into these other ways, or it's just another kind of just showing another way that these factions kind of not coexist, but exist in opposition to one another. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if heaven has ever been explicitly talked about as far as angels and such go in the Devil May Cry stuff. In DMC, they did, but in the main continuity, I'm not sure, because I know the human world and the demon world, that's always been hand in hand, but I don't recall the third being mentioned at all, but we had some inkling to that here. But again, they're still talking about these two worlds. Maybe it's just conceptually they're still talking about that in these divine charges, or maybe they're holding humanity in a divine right or divine stance or something. I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, I got a couple of questions, and I'm trying not to talk about too much of it again, because I don't want to, incidentally or accidentally spoil anything for anybody just by talking about some game shit. As long as it's come up, I'll try to bring it up and stuff like that. But like, as far as like anything that hasn't quite happened yet, I'm trying to keep it a hush hush. Also, Resident Evil, or at least Raccoon City being canon, I have to imagine with that context added to what we heard from the president in episode 1, I have to imagine that this all exists, at least in this universe. It was a nice little Easter egg and nugget that tells us that Resident Evil, Umbrella, maybe even the Raccoon City events all took place in this world. And then we saw Mega Man in this episode, Street Fighter in the last episode, not making those necessarily canon to the world, because that their individual worlds would, well, not so much Street Fighter, but the existence of Street Fighter as a game kind of throws that out the window. As well, not necessarily. Maybe it could be the popularization of the tournament has resulted in an in-universe version of the game, so that could still kind of be out there. Mega Man, however, its world would not gel all that well with all of this unless you go with the digital space, but it does kind of, it does interest me and intrigue me that there is the possibility and the potential for this to be a Capcom shared universe in a way. And also it's kind of fun because Devil May Cry initially was meant to be a Resident Evil game, but they got so far off course with the tone, with the vibe, and then the aesthetic and everything that they were like, this is starting to feel like its own thing. Let's make it its own thing. It's originally supposed to be Resident Evil 4, and that's why, the whole gothic element kind of carried over. I mean, once you get to the castle in Resident Evil 4, you can kind of see a lot of the similarities there for sure. I think that's kind of funny, especially if those two coexist. I will say, and this is always the thing with me, and it's a studio mirror thing as well, but is sometimes it can work, and sometimes it won't bother me that much. And it was used pretty sparingly in this, but it was very noticeable when it was. When we switch to CGI models, it always throws me off in the mix of it. And I get it for these complex situations, especially when there's a lot of camera movement and there's a lot of other assets going on, like on this highway. And with a lot of the times it's used with vehicles and stuff like that, when those are added into the mix. Anything geometrical that you could model, and it saves you on the animation time and whatnot, as well as, helps with the animation process as well. Totally get it. It looks a little off sometimes, a little jarring sometimes, and I couldn't not kind of wince here and there throughout this. Thankfully, every time it happened, we had an intercut with 2D animation to kind of bridge that gap a little bit, and it wasn't as egregious or difficult to kind of get through as I've seen in other things. The sequences themselves, I think, and the energy themselves allowed those moments of hiccups in my brain chemistry to kind of come and go really, really quickly. But it is something that I needed to call out, because it is something that, at least even if for a brief moment, takes me out of action sometimes. Outside of that, all the character beats, solid. All the other things in this have been solid. I like, again, the story and the marrying of all these different things together to kind of come up with this fun little something here. I'm enjoying it, man. And I just, again, because I feel like I know or should know what's going on, but then there's these little things that just like, I don't know, man. I'm excited. I'm very curious, because if the Arkham thing pays off, that completely, I feel like, sidetracks a whole other aspect of Mary's story, which, again, her story is already in unfamiliar territory with the existence of Darkon purely, because she was just a rogue demon hunter in the game when we were introduced to her. She just kind of showed up randomly on the scene and was beating ass and all this kind of stuff. This being something she's always aspired to, even before the presumed loss of her family and everything like that. And, in the pursuit of these demons or whatever that is added to that existing conditioning that media instilled into her, she's still trying to overcome that. But because of that tragedy and that loss that has spurned her on and put her in a crash course with Darkham, which I assume if they got her at an early age or however long that happened, it gives you context to how she became so skilled. You know, with Dante, he can be ass in hand-to-hand combat. It doesn't really matter. He's going to be faster, he's going to be stronger, and he's going to heal through every wound. There's so much of an edge there, but when you're just a human with no powers, I like that they're at least kind of incorporating an element of that. And this is something that's made me soften on the whole Darkham thing, is because it gives you a lot of that. Like, it's just a little more realistic to have her rely, I think, on this military training, you know, and gadgets to supplement the gap between humans and demons. I think it's a good way to kind of circumvent that in a narrative way. That also feels true, I think, to her arc and her journey. Lots of question marks right now still, though. We got more episodes to get into. A lot of people are like, hey man, dude, I cannot wait for you to get to episode 6. I've heard some really good stuff about episode 6, so we're making some progress. We'll get there eventually, guys. What do you think of this episode? What do you think about what's going on? How are you feeling right now? Sound out the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If it did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. And speaking of before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Manny Sherritt, Your Course God, Robert Aguillano, Jeffrey L, Jake Cottrell, Eric Official, Casey Wood, Russell Crocker, Watchtower, Domi, and Gregory Toner. Thank you guys so much for continued support. But that's it for this video, guys. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.